Okay, I just wanted to provide a little bit of insight on how you should use Mendeley as a way to manage your references a little bit easier. So Mendeley is a free product. You can just go and to mendeley.com, go hit download, and then when you download, it'll give you the option to fit whatever thing you particularly need. It obviously popped up Windows for my system. So once you download that and install it, the one thing that you'll want to do is you'll want to make sure to install the plugin, right? So the plugin for installing a Mendeley citation plugin is how Mendeley communicates with your individual writing software. So you could be talking about Word in my case, that I'm going to be showing it through Word. Also things like the Open LibreOffice and the systems that are going to be like a Mac system. So you'll make sure to get that plugin and follow the guide on how to get that plugin installed. And then once you actually have that installed, right now in the References tab on your Word document, you're going to have a little bit extra, right? A Mendeley cytomatic thing that's popping up right here. And in doing this, this is going to be a really nice option because I just have a bunch of junk text here that's nothing, right? But I've already inserted a few citations. You can see a Carpenter and Madones and Zhang citations here. If I were writing a paper and maybe I want to add in another citation and I want to make sure that I'm tracking all of the citations that I've already entered in, this is a useful thing to do. Right? So I could say, hey, this original opening sentence, that's just garbage again, not anything real. But if I want to change and edit this, I could always add more citations to it. If I click Edit Citation, I can pop up and, I don't know what happens when something about estrus in raccoons. I can now add this. So now I edit it and it automatically populates, hey, this 1996 paper as part of this citation list. And when I am inserting these citations, it is also going to automatically be able to populate a bibliography for me. So I don't have one on the end of this document, but if I were to select a style, right now I'm doing in PVM style, Preventive Veterinary Medicine, because that's what I'm trying to get published in right now. But I could obviously go to like Nature or Vancouver style or APA, whatever style I want to do. And if I select that from this drop-down menu, you can see that it's actually changing the citations as you go along. Right now I'm in Vancouver style, so it's going to be operated in that premise. If I wanted to insert a bibliography at the end of my text, and I am trying to generate one, well, hey, it's automatically listing all of the stuff that I've already inserted into this paper. It's now remembering this as it goes along. And if I want to then cite that Garrett paper later on, right, I could enter it again. Don't insert a bibliography. If I want to insert another citation, I can click Insert at this particular site. I could Insert Citation and say, hey, if I want to reference back that paper that I've already mentioned once, but it's maybe popping up again, then I can have another paper pop up from that author, and then when it does, you can see that, hey, it's automatically populated that you've just inserted this in here, so it's keeping track of this for you as well. So I would like say works cited or something like that. And now that I have this, it remembers everything that I'm including. It's not ever going to forget something that I've cited in the paper and then not include it in the bibliography for me. And it's going to allow me to switch back and forth between citation styles. So if I jump out of Preventive Veterinary Medicine now and I switch over to Vancouver style, it's automatically going to populate that bibliography in the same sort of style that we would see in Vancouver. So the first paper that I've cited is given a list of one. In something like per VM style, it's actually going to be in alphabetical order in the bibliography rather than order of appearance. So it's automatically populating this stuff up for me. If I were to want to go and find a new paper, right, when I'm editing or inserting citations, it's looking at the things that I already have popped up in Mendeley. So if I were to open Mendeley, it's listing all of the stuff that I've recently cited or have cited in my documents previously. And if I find a new paper that I think is interesting and I want to cite it in something else, one real quick way that I can do that is I can go to something like Google Scholar. And if I go to Google Scholar and I just want to find that paper in Google Scholar, one really easy way, so I'll do my stuff, dog control, see if I can find my stuff. Hey, if you click on this little cite button, right, this cite thing, it is automatically going to list you in particular formats, right, whatever format you want. But if I want it to automatically import this into something like Mendeley, what I want to download is an .irs file, and I can get that by clicking on the ref main, and it blocked my download. Allow the download. What are you doing? I'm filming a video here. And it downloads this RIS file, and I can just drag this RIS file, pop open Mendeley, and then snap that in, and hey, now my paper from 2016 is popping up here. And so now when I go in that Word document and I try insert a new citation from my 2016 paper, it's going to pop up here, right? So this is the use case for Mendeley, and this is why this is a useful program. It's because you don't have to keep track of any of this junk anymore. It lets let the computer program do the hard work for you. So that's an intro to Mendeley, and this is why I think Mendeley is nice. Other people might find EndNote, but this is one thing that I suggest for my students. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Send me an email.